Hello everybody and welcome back to another edition of Cruisin' the Atlantic. I am Nick Licalzi and we are about to cruise all around the Atlantic Junior Hockey League. We open up with the New Jersey Rockets and the New Jersey Titans. The Rockets open up the scoring here off an offensive zone draw. Travis Geraci given credit for the opening goal. But the Titans, they waste no time in coming back and flexing their offensive muscle in this one. David Ramos feathers a pass that somehow made its way to Brandon Conroy for the equalizer. Less than 6 minutes later, the Titans put another one home as Jordan Dempster displays great patience before finding Anthony Stempin on the odd man rush for the 2-1 lead. Second period, that is where we go. And off a face-off win, the puck is swung around to Chris Pantaleo, who will hammer it home from the blue line. And that is good for a 2-goal lead for the Titans. Now they're on the power play, and it's going to be a failed clearing attempt by the Rockets that allows the Titans to set up their leading goal scorer, Marcus Ortiz. His shot is stopped, but only partially. And as it slides through the goaltender, David Ramos is there to guide it home. The Titans take the 4-1 lead. Titans again with heavy pressure. The first shot stopped, but the forecheck dominating, and they stay in control. The second one stopped as well, but Tyler Ralph makes no mistake as he puts the rebound home. The Titans forecheck. It'll stay aggressive. Another takeaway, and it's going to lead to another goal. Marcus Ortiz, the AJ's second leading goal scorer, picks up a hat trick in this one as the Titans march on to a 9-2 victory over the New Jersey Rockets. Connecticut Wolfpack and the New York Bobcats. New York winning the battle for the puck along the boards here, and it's a nice centering feed from Meyer that gives Daniel Malafronte all the time he needs to make it 1-0 Bobcats. To the second period we go, and it's a power play for New York. A couple of quick passes will free Rassett for a shot that is stopped, but Patrick Shuley, the AJ's leading scorer, is there for the rebound and the 2-0 lead. The Bobcats ferocious on their forecheck, and here they are looking for more as they try and add to their 2-goal lead, and they will. They'll do it with a takeaway, and it's Bociccio who gets this one. That makes it 3-0 in favor of New York all over the Wolfpack. As we head to the third, the Wolfpack get an offensive zone draw, and right off of it, a quick strike that will make it 3-1. Simba gets the goal from Belger, and Connecticut's leading scorer, Beaumont. That would be all, though, from the Wolfpack, as 10 minutes later, it's the Bobcats with another man advantage, and it's Joseph Rassett who blazes one past the netminder. New York will win it 4-1. Just an absolute rocket of a shot from Rassett right there as the Bobcats handle the Wolfpack. Walpole Express hosting the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights, and it is the Express who eke out the 1-goal victory in this one. Eric Salzillo and Colin O'Neill, the goal scorers for Walpole. Kyle Shapiro with another stellar performance in net, stopping 29 of 30 and being beaten by only Bobby Polachek of the Knights in the Walpole victory. Junior Nationals visiting the Junior Titans. Washington on the board early here, a takeaway. And that's a beautiful tic-tac-toe passing as Collins, Sherrill, and Madsen go tape to tape before Madsen buries for the 1-0 lead. Less than a minute later, a face-off win by Sedivi, and it's Ryan Gomez who rips it home. And the Nationals have a 2-goal lead just over 5 minutes into this one. New Jersey trying to fight back. This shot off the goalie's head. It eventually ends up in the back of the net. The referee, though, says no goal, and it remains 2-0. 3-0 now, but New Jersey pressuring off a failed clearing attempt. Some nifty moves and a shot attempt by Jorgensen. Mark Tomacek finds the rebound to cut it to 3-1 as the Titans get on the board. In the third period, 4-1 now. Gomez sets up Bonnell on the 2-on-1, and Bonnell makes it count for the 5-1 lead. The Titans would get 2 more, but Washington takes this 5-3. Junior Flyers at the New York Bobcats. We pick it up in the second period. Christopher Wallace gets a step on the defense. Some pretty dekes, and he's able to slide one past Brown and net to give the Bobcats the 1-0 lead. Just about 2 minutes later, New York comes storming in again. Eventually, it is Chris Versini in control, and his backhander from the slot tickles the twine to expand the lead to 2. As we move to the third, Philadelphia not ready to go away just yet, working the puck around with the man advantage when Fran Mackin will let go of a laser from the top of the circle as the Junior Flyers cut the deficit to just 1. New York gets a power play of their own, though. A minute and a half later, and after a rocket from Shuley is stopped, it's John Chiavo on the doorstep. He cleans up the rebound, takes the momentum right back from the Flyers. Final seconds, New York shorthanded, and Joseph Gilholy from his own zone hits the empty net to cap this one off and give the Bobcats a 4-1 victory. Boston Junior Rangers hosting the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights, and the Rangers hold on for a slim victory in this one. Luke Andrewick stopped 22 of 23, but was bested by Samuel Bernard, who stopped everything that came his way. Logan Brown of the Rangers was the only man in this contest to find the back of the net. The Walpole Express trounced the Laconia Leafs in their matchup 11-0. A pair of hat tricks from Eric Salzillo and Stanton Turner paced the Walpole offense, while Kyle Shapiro pitched in a shutout in net. Wilkes-Barre and Boston in Game 2 of their set. Bobby Polacek with a clapper from the blue line opens up the scoring as he blazes that one home for the 1-goal lead in a second. And Jason Zaleski of the Knights gets a step on the defense, and he's able to deke out the Boston goaltender for the 2-goal lead. Later in the period, the Knights get an odd man rush. And who else? Yeah, you guessed it. Zaleski will cash in again. Zaleski's second of the game, and it's 3-0 in favor of Wilkes-Barre. Third period, Boston would strike for 1. Taylor Fletcher's big shot goes wide. Eventually, though, he gets it back and will work it across the blue line. Zingler's blast is stopped, but Kevin O'Raldi puts home the rebound. Boston would get no closer and fall 3-1 to the Knights. Walpole at the Laconia Leafs. The Express wastes no time in this one, generating a ton of early pressure that Matt Howard has a lot of the answers to, but he doesn't have the answer to Colin O'Neill, who takes the big hop off the backboards and deposits it in the back of the net. 1-0 Express. 1:35 into the second period, an odd man rush for the Express, and CJ Blaska scores to give Walpole the 2-0 lead on the power play. Another man advantage, and the Express work it to the point. The shot from the blue line by Jimmy Burns deflected by Nick Balboa, and that pushes the lead to 3. In the third now, Matt Howard able to make the original save here on this opportunity, but the Express forecheck is all over the rebound. Eventually, Colin O'Neill receives a centering feed, and it's 4-0 Walpole. That's how we finish. Philly Junior Flyers put a hurting on New York in their final matchup of the weekend with a 6-2 victory. Mackin and Ruiz, with a goal and an assist each, lead the way for Philadelphia. Bay stopped 24 of 26, as Shuley and Wallace were the only offense for the Bobcats. Washington Junior Nats earned their second victory of the season, defeating the New Jersey Titans 5-2. Collins stopped 34 of 36, and Madsen and Ryan had 2 points each in the victory for Washington. Conroy and Ortiz were the lone goal scorers for the Titans. This week's AJHL Players of the Week up front, Colin O'Neill of the Walpole Express, 7 points, 4 goals, 3 assists in his 3 games. Jimmy Burns, his teammate on the blue line, 3 assists in 3 games played in net. Mitch Collum of the Washington Junior Nats, 2-0, 5 goals against, and 79 saves on the weekend. Taking a look at the AJ standings, sitting atop them, New York, the Bobcats with 20 points in 13 games played. The teams right behind them are the Boston Junior Rangers, the Northern Cyclones, the Walpole Express, and the Connecticut Wolfpack. All four are within 5 points of the first place Bobcats. Wilkes-Barre Scranton rounds out the top half. In the second half of the AJHL standings, the New Jersey Titans with 10 points, and below them you have the Washington Junior Gnats, the Philadelphia Junior Flyers, the Philadelphia Little Flyers, the New Jersey Rockets, and the Laconia Leafs. That's going to do it for this episode of Cruisin' the Atlantic. I'm Nick Licalzi. Thanks for tuning in. Special thanks, as always, to Ryan Hess. We'll see you next week.